Welcome, everyone, to Travel Think Tank on the Hub. This is the place where the travel industry is together under one roof. I'm your host and co-founder of the Hub, Pat Miller, the Idea Coach. But soon, we're going to talk with our co-founder and travel expert, Tom Brousseau. But on today's call, it's kind of a workshoppy Q&A show and tell kind of show, because we're going to walk through the vision of the group, and we've got some exciting updates on the manifest, the itinerary and deals and calendar site that we're building. We've got a video that we're going to show you about that. We've also got two of our leaders coming on to talk about what they're building for exclusive and unique places for people to go inside the Hub software. And we're also going to go step by step through some of the things of how to Hub, because this software is only as good as our ability to use it. But before we go any further, I want to bring in the man of the hour, Tom Brousseau, my partner, the travel guy. So, Tom, it's great to have everybody here today, and the Hub is now a thing. We're like 10 days old, which is exciting. So, good afternoon, and what would you like to share about the Hub today?
Yes, 10 days old. Well, I wonder what it'll be like in 10 years. Ooh. But hey, you know what? Today's another exciting day, just like everyone. You know, we're building this block by block. And today's just another building block in, you know, how the Hub is coming together. And, you know, for those of you that are new to the group, and this might be your first opportunity to engage with the Hub, I just want to say welcome. You know, it's awesome to see new faces. You know, it's awesome to see that existing members and friends are sharing the word of the Hub with others. So we're so happy to have you here. That's fantastic. And, you know, just to step back just a minute, just to share the vision and what this is really all about. You know, there's, you know, one of the famous expressions of all time is that necessity is the mother of invention. And that's definitely how the Hub was born, you know, kind of looking at our situation as agents and suppliers and the industry as a whole, you know, coming through all of the challenges that we have. You know, it just occurred to me, and then to Pat as well, that, you know, is there a way to bring the entire travel industry together under one roof? You know, will that provide a mechanism and a platform and initiative and momentum, you know, for us all to work together and to come through this, you know, better than we could have on our own, and do it quicker. And so that's, you know, basically the basic foundation of the Hub. But since that day, since that conversation, you know, so much more has happened. You know, the Hub it's a living, breathing thing. You know, and Pat and I talk about it often to say, you know, what the Hub looks like today and what the Hub is all about today might be completely different in a year from now. You know, we have so much talent, we have so many great ideas. So many of the members and friends and people in the group have already brought forth you know, great ideas to say, well, hey, could the Hub do this, or could the Hub do that, or here's a business problem I have, and it would be great if fill in the blank. And so, you know, so that's what the Hub is all about. And today is really an important meeting, because it's not only about the how-to aspects of the Hub, but in showing you all how to, I think you'll start to see more how the benefits apply to you. Because just like with anything else, yeah, having a pretty website and having some functionality and a platform, that's all great. But if it doesn't help you, if it's not a benefit to you, and if you don't know how to use it and deploy it in an effective way, then it's pretty much meaningless, and it's a waste of your time, and we certainly don't want that. So I think today, as we go through it, I think you'll find that, you know, there are a lot of tools there. There's, you know, really a lot to offer, but a key part of it is the strategy of how it's utilized, you know, the creativity of how it's utilized. And we have a prospective member who a few days ago, actually Sarah Klein was interacting with a prospective member, and her comment back was that, well, this just looks like Facebook with a fee to me. And of course, you know, that type of perception, you know, and the ability for us to really show what the benefits and value are extremely important, because, you know, that perception does not ring true in terms of everything that the Hub has to offer. In fact, I was thinking about this today, because I really wanted to address it. And And so I just put into the chat a little quote that I dreamt up. And I think that it really does address, one of the maybe challenges or obstacles of the hub. And I said that, Facebook is the hammer that's employed and relied upon by the masses. The hub is the entire toolbox for the ingenious and focused few. That means that if we work together and if we use those tools that are in there, we can do lots of very creative, very focused and successful things together. So I just wanted to share that, kind of a little bit of a philosophy of this as we move into it. But really where the rubber hits the road is in the platform. And where the rubber hits the road is all of us and how we work together and how we connect and how we strategize. There's a lot of great opportunities out there that we're going to talk about today, but many, many more to come. Some ingenious hub member is going to look at something on the hub and say, hey, you know what? I bet you I can do this. And, by utilizing that tool, that hub member, and along with many others, can increase their opportunity to be successful, make more money, and do it in hopefully a much more efficient way. So I'm sorry for the long speech, Pat. That's not what I intended exactly, but that's what it's all about, and more to come. And as we go through today, your feedback always is super important. As we said from the very, very beginning, this is not my thing. This is not Pat's thing. This is our thing. And because of that, we build it together. People's input are valuable, and ideas are valuable, and we take everything to heart and we follow up on everything that comes through as an opportunity. So that's that. So I'll pass it back to you, Mr. Pat Miller.
Appreciate that. So if we were building a toothpick, it'd be pretty simple. What do? You pick your teeth with it. It's a toothpick. It's very simple. But what this is a tool and a platform that everyone can sink their teeth into. I didn't mean to do that on purpose, but I kind of just did. So what we can do here is limitless. We can do anything we want. And I want to underscore what Tom just said. This is a community, which means it's controlled by you, not by me and Tom. We're just throwing the party. So today we'll go through some of the features that we have, answer any questions you might have, and if you have ideas, we would love to hear them. So one of the first things we want to show off, and I'm going to do some screen sharing off and on today, but the first thing I want to show is the power of groups. So when you come into the hub, this is where someone might say, oh, it looks like Facebook with a fee. Well, yeah, it does kind of look like Facebook because it's got all of this great interactivity and the ability to take polls and to chat back and forth with members. But one of the powerful things that's in here is the Groups tab. Now, the way that I explain this to people is imagine a shopping mall. Okay, the hub is a shopping mall. Well, around the outside of the shopping mall is Hot Topic and the game store and the hat store, like all these other stores. Well, the groups are kind of like the stores that are attached to the mall. We're going to do all these events inside the mall. Inside these little stores, there's an entire second group. So if you have a group here on the hub, you have full functionality, and we'll talk more about the Costa Rica group here in a minute. But inside a group, you have your own activity feed, just like the top level. You've got topics. You can have your own events. Your members are listed. Everything that has the full functionality of the top level group is listed inside one of these groups. And to talk more about this unique opportunity, we're going to bring on Danielle Whitmore and James Taylor from Cat Tours in Costa Rica. And I need to unmute you guys, or if you can unmute yourself, that would be great. Danielle, can you talk to us about these destination communities and what they're all about and what your vision is to have them come to life?
Yeah, so Tom and James and I, one of the first things that we talked about was building out destination communities. And we thought that within the group feature, the destination communities would be a dedicated group within the hub, providing instant access to curated content, information sharing, and learning resources unique to that destination, with hotels, activity specialists, DMCs, and other suppliers collectively contributing along with travel agents and the hub managers. So we started with that basic premise of what that destination community would look like, and we built out some of the topics. So the idea, and I think Costa Rica is a great destination to start and to be the first one to build out, because it is such a unique destination. It is a very diverse destination. you know, there's a lot of engagement already from James Taylor. So he's, you know, very active and very helpful in building out this community. So there's a lot of information and resources we can use and populate rather quickly to build the foundation of what some of these other destination communities will look like. James has also had a chance to talk to some hoteliers, some activity specialists, some unique types of hotels. And James, can you just share a little bit of the feedback that you've gotten so far? I know that we're having a bigger call to introduce this to some of the hoteliers and people that James has already been talking with. So we'd like to get them into the platform pretty quickly within the next couple of weeks to really start utilizing the functionality of a destination community.
Yes, of course. I mean, as soon as we got into, I got into the first hub and connected again with Danielle and with Tom, I realized that this is going to be a great tool, especially for a destination like us that it's so diverse, like Danielle is saying. So I got on the phone with a lot of our hotel partners that usually, we were mostly on a plane all year, visiting you guys and doing some promotions in different areas of the U.S. And of course, that's going to be gone for quite a while. So with this group, I think we can engage with all of you guys. We can inform, we can educate, we can give you updates of what's going on in Costa Rica, and the feedback that I've been receiving from the hotel partners and the activity specialists is that they're very excited. They want to create content. They want to create more information to teach about Costa Rica. Costa Rica is very unique, and especially those small hotels, small lodges, some of the off the beaten path type of experiences. Also, I think having these topics on the group, it will give great resources for all of us to get the word out on Costa Rica.
So,
Tom,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Danielle.
Yeah, so in doing that, one of the things that we would like to do as we get some people into the platform is to have a launch party or a launch week and really have some different types of events that week with some of the hoteliers or activity specialists or people who have joined, and we'd love to align that with. We know that right now Costa Rica is still not open to U.S. tourists. So James and I were monitoring that very closely, and James obviously has a really solid pulse of what's going on with the government there and the tourism board. And so once they do announce that they are welcoming tourists from the U.S. and when that date will be, we'd like to then have launch that information and have a Costa Rica week and do some things within that week and have some different events, maybe some live events, things like that to really get that word out and make it exciting. So that's, one of the things that I think is super exciting, and James agrees, is the events availability. It doesn't have to be a long webinar or a meeting. It can be maybe just a 10-minute beach break or a quick, 10-minute spa session and something relaxing or something like that. So I think you can have these little vignettes of experiences all over Costa Rica and kind of populate them in that week and have different hosts of things that will really get people excited. But we would really love, and that's how this is really going to work the best, is if you can, we need all of your feedback. So, are these topics good topics? What other topics would be beneficial for you? Within the topics, what type of information and resources and specific things would be good, or what would you be looking at from a supplier partner to be able to contribute and provide? And so maybe we can set up, Tom, within our group here, maybe we can set up kind of like a comment section where people can come in and populate ideas as they go in and look at it, like, hey, here's an idea, and then we can kind of build it out accordingly with the feedback from the users.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Danielle. And we could even have a session where we get people on the on a Zoom and kick it around if we wanted to. We could have James come on and you come on, and then have folks give their feedback, or a section, however we want to do it. Tom, you had something you wanted to add about this group?
Yeah, I think this is really going to be one of the strengths of the hub. One of the foundational elements, because as Danielle said and James mentioned too, is that these destination communities are really going to be sourced from three places. They're going to be sourced from the curated content that we as the hub managers, help create and add to it. They're going to be sourced from the suppliers and all the people in the destination, regardless of whether they're a hotelier, an attraction, a tourist board. And then it's also going to be sourced by all of us, all the hub members who, for example, Pat, if you scroll down a little bit, one of the things that we have, we'll have in each of these destination communities is called Destination Insiders. And Destination Insiders is, can look and feel a little bit like TripAdvisor, right? It's the chance to write real-time reviews. Hey, we just went there. I had a client that just went there. They went to this resort, and here's our review. And then we all get to share in that information, and then over time, not rely on TripAdvisor as the source of information for how we're advising and consulting with our clients. So that's just one quick thing. The second quick thing is that, from a supplier perspective, we want to make this extremely affordable, right? This is something that suppliers or destinations, they can all put this together and do this in an affordable way. Like James said, all the money that gets spent on all the different things that suppliers would normally do, they can't do today. This is a way for them to utilize some of those resources to still connect with all the great agents, to get the word and the information about their products out there. And then over time, the real win is as these destination communities continue to grow. As a hub member, let's say in a year from now, you had access to 50 destination communities on the hub. It completely supports the vision of all together under one roof, right? So you know where to go for stuff. You don't have to go rummaging around. You don't have to be Googling. You know exactly where to go. If you need to find information about the safety and entry requirement protocols in Costa Rica, you know exactly where to find the most updated information, and it would be on the hub. So that's the vision of it. And Danielle is doing an awesome job getting this rolling. And James, we give you tons of credit because you stepped up and said, hey, how about this? Can we do this? And because of that, I think we can really all work together to help Costa Rica and to drive our sales and make more money. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and if I just may add something real quick, I think the great thing is it's also going to be very reliable information. 100% reliable information is going to be right here from Costa Rica. I'm very excited about this Destination Insiders and how we can add information that will make our clients' vacation even more enjoyable. We were talking about, recommended that small little restaurant in the Tamarindo town that no one knows, and just having that tip about upon arrival. Everything. We can do so much stuff for clients to feel secure and to feel that they're having a great time in our destination, especially our destination in Costa Rica, small country, but very diverse and with a lot to offer. Yeah.
So throughout the rest of the call, if you have questions, drop them in the chat because we want to get to them if we can. And two questions have come in from Lisa and from Lori, and I want to address them real quick. So Lisa, you say, would it be an idea to pin advisors that have been to this location so we know who to reach out to? Well, one thing that we'll have inside here is we'll have supplier partners with contact information. The Destination Insiders will continue to build, so we'll invite people to put their destination experience in this topic. Another thing is when you join this group, you'll be listed as a member of just this group. So let's say Sarah Klein, who's got 3 referrals, by the way. That's why she's a bronze star. You're awesome. Maybe Sarah never does anything with, I don't know, Scotland. Well, then she wouldn't join the Scotland group. If you're interested in Costa Rica, these are the people that are in the Costa Rica group, and you could reach out to her there. So I want to add one more thing, which was, do we need to follow each group? when we go back to the network, and as Tom mentioned, someday we'll have 10, 20, 50 amazing destinations all in the groups. We don't auto follow anything because, back to the example with Sarah I just gave, if she's not concerned at all about Scotland, she doesn't follow the Scotland group, so her feed doesn't get filled with stuff that she doesn't book. Someday we'll have a destination wedding group. We'll have a golf tourism and ecotourism. I mean, Danielle, the options are limitless when it comes to these interest groups.
Yeah, and we would love, also to collect everyone's feedback on that. What would be interesting to the travel agents and to their customers to kind of dig a little deeper and be more specialized and curate more specific content, so we can keep going and really listening to you on what you guys want to see.
So what else do you have to say, James, that's on your mind as far as how you intend to roll out information about Costa Rica inside the hub? Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, definitely we'll give you, especially during this time, we'll make sure to give plenty of updates of hotel openings, of course, our destination as soon as it's open, our airport procedures, that's something that we really want to focus, the procedure upon arrival, and the security measurements that have been implemented. So we'll make sure to have that information during this time. And then all the diversity type of activities from different areas, the places to visit. So one other thing that we also are very excited to do is do like suggested itineraries. Costa Rica is not a place to be just to go to one place. There's many places to visit. So we want to add suggested itineraries and the must-do activity. For example, if you go to Arenal, you need to do the hot springs. You cannot miss that. So those type of not miss activities, we'll definitely make sure to add it. So very excited to keep on to start working on some great content there. Yeah.
And that's that insider information, since you're only talking to agents, not the general public, that will give us an advantage when it's time to book our customers. A question from Denise: is there a cost for a supplier to be a partner in a destination group? Tom, would you like to address that one?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I actually just sent her a message.
Oh, hey, would you like to send her a message on that one? That'd be great.
That's okay. No, that's good. So yes, so how we build these, how we're currently building these, that's one thing that we're working through with Danielle and with James. As it looks right now, the supplier membership of a destination community right now, like Costa Rica, is that they be a member, that the supplier entity or the tourism or the tourist activity or whatever, be a member of the hub, and then they could be aggregated within that group. Outside of that, as we go, especially Denise, from your standpoint, like working with the larger resort chains, we just have to figure out kind of how that would work, because obviously, like the Palladium, for example, goes across multiple destinations and has multiple resorts, and how we exactly structure that, we need to work on. So the answer is yes, but I don't have the exact specifics.
Great.
Sorry.
Question from Randy: would it be possible to list on our profiles the destinations we are knowledgeable? In a way. So I pulled up my own profile here, not because I think I'm fascinating, because I'm not even a travel guy, but I'm showing you here my profile. You see it says groups and it says Costa Rica right there. All the groups that you join will show up on your profile. So providing you're joining the groups that you're interested in or have some expertise on, when you meet someone and you want to learn about them, you can then click on your profile here and you'll see the groups that those people are participating in. You can also list it inside your introduction or other areas. And there's the other part of setting up your profile where the specialties come in. And you can list what kind of specialty you are a specialist in, and that way we can help get to know each other just a little bit better. That's the setup in the profile process. And when this is fully built out, we will have every flavor of travel specialist and supplier that you can imagine will be listed inside the specialties here. So I hope that answers your question. Danielle, anything that you want to hit left about the destinations here?
I don't think so. Hopefully we'll be, after we get this one launched and ready to go, it will definitely be the framework of future. So it's really important, I think, to have your feedback. So that will be instrumental in building out and making sure that what we're what we're building is working for you. And what if we're missing something, please let us know, because we'll make sure to integrate it into the community.
Well, it's great. Tom, go ahead.
I was just going to say, before we move on to the next part of how to hub, just one last comment on groups. And that is, in addition to the destination communities, you also saw Jennifer Donchez's leadership, Women's Leadership Conclave as a private group operating there. It is possible to do private group operations for hosts, for marketing alliance groups, for consortia, for really anything that you want to be private and have your own private membership and sort of create your own hub within a hub that's just for you. That's very much possible. And then also think about in the future, the different types of groups that are out there. We're talking about the destination focus right now, but there could be groups in there arranged based on interest. So if there's hub members that share common interests, maybe it's scuba, or maybe it's golf, or something activity related, or like in Randy Ott's case, Randy's a music guy, does a great business with destination music events. And then also things related to, another good example is destination weddings and honeymoons. So if we have a group of agents on the hub who are specialized in destination weddings and honeymoons, they could essentially have their own group, and they could network, they could share ideas, they could, talk about trends. It sort of can be their own little discussion group that helps them be more successful in destination weddings. What are some of the best practices? Things like that can help grow the business. So in that sense, the group discussion or the group elements of it are unlimited based on what everybody's into and what everybody's interested in. Same for marketing. There could be a group, there could be a marketing resource group on there, that talks about best ways to market to customers based on what's happening, what the opportunities are. So just think about, as we talked about at the beginning, think about how to use the tools, because the tools, depending on how you apply them based on what your business need is, are virtually unlimited. It's up to us to sort of figure that out. What's the business strategy behind, hey, if I have a group and I'm into the music scene too. Well, what if I pair up with Randy, and all of a sudden now the scope of the guitars and swim up bars, it grows exponentially because there's other people that are into that type of niche business and they're working together. Does that make sense, Randy? He's probably trying to unmute.
Makes total sense. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's just a great example that I think of. There's a synergy there and a connectivity there that might never have existed when people see the opportunities in front of them. So thanks, Randy. Appreciate it.
Well, that puts the social into the social network, right? I mean, we're going to come here to try and improve our businesses and make some money, but also we want it to be fun too. I mean, we're just starting this thing from scratch. So if Tanya Murphy leads a poker players club, which Tanya, you should, that's going to be the type of thing where we can get together and get to know each other a little bit. And about Jennifer's group here, if you know someone that has a large Facebook community or a large email list, but they don't have a way to get them together and really own who they are, because if you have a group on Facebook, you don't own it. And very soon they may say, hey, you got to pay for that. So this is an opportunity for you to bring your people to the hub and interact with them and really have all of these great functionalities together. So let's shift a little bit. And thank you, Danielle and James, for walking us through that. Let's go through some of the how to hub stuff. And if you're on the hub already, or you're curious about the hub, maybe this will show off the power of the website. But a few things that we want to show. The first one being the events. So soon, this events list will be very long of all the things that are happening. And inside the events, it'll show what's going to happen and how to get a hold of it and who's coming and a conversation that might be coming around each event. So that way you can kind of plan your day, or if you've got some free time, you can check in and see what we're doing. If you miss an event, no worries. We have a group here called The Vault, being guarded right there. See what I did there? There's the vault. So here are the things that we've done already. We had our first travel think tank. We released a postcard on location last Friday, the Palafitos Overwater Bungalows with Dolores. It was amazing. and the Hub Morning Show that we did on Tuesday. So when we do something, including this call, we'll record it and drop it in. So if you get busy and you're just booking too many trips, that's a great thing. You can always come to the vault and catch up on it. So that's just one short thing. The other thing I want to show is I want to show a little sneak peek of the manifest. So Tom, can you describe what the manifest is while I pull this up?
Sure. And so actually the manifest, we're gonna give some more love to Randy Otts. The manifest really came out of a conversation that I had with him, and it started out as, hey, can you guys build a centralized place where all the travel industry events can be found? Because, trying to manage that, trying to work on schedules, and, soon to be, I hope, future world where we're traveling again, the ability to see that all in one place is a really great tool for agents, and also a great tool for suppliers, because they're trying to figure out schedules, they're trying to plan their own events. So it started off just looking at events, and since then we've expanded the focus, and we're going to include the available sales and deals from our suppliers. We're going to include incentives, agent incentives and special rates. And then as of last week, we're building a fourth pillar, which is a centralized supplier contact area, so that if you need to contact the general manager of a hotel in Aruba, you can find that contact information on the hub. Now, you might say that is a lofty goal, and we know that,
yeah,
right? But hey, you know what? Nothing good ever came out of not trying. But by the same token, one of the ways that it will work is that it can be user-populated information. So there's a form that we can all use to enter that information in. And with some of it, like events, we'll put some additional work into vetting things and cross-referencing and so forth. But if you have supplier contacts that we want to get into the master contact spreadsheet that's sortable and findable and everything, you will all be able to contribute to that. In my database, or on a stack of business cards, or people that we might have just met that are maybe new to the industry, or changed jobs, or used to work at one company, now they work at another. We'll all be able to, on a live basis, keep that updated, and then we have a really good centralized repository of information that we can quickly go to and find what we need, instead of searching around for it, or Googling, or looking at hotel websites, or whatever it might be. And the hoteliers, the hotel members for sure can help us with that, and get this all into a place where we can quickly get at it and do our jobs with a minimum of time and effort on things that shouldn't require a lot of time and effort.
So we put in a 1-minute overview of the manifest. So sit back and relax and enjoy your flight. Here we go.
Hello and welcome aboard the manifest. I hope you're ready for your sneak peek. We begin our journey highlighting travel events submitted by the members of the Hub. Events can be viewed in a variety of ways, including a very visual gallery, a calendar of upcoming events, and even a list. Whichever view you choose, there are options to search, sort, and filter to find exactly what you need. And if you have an event to submit, there's a simple form to complete with all the event details. If you're looking for one-stop shopping for all the best events in the industry, the manifest is your final destination. And if you want a non-stop connection to all the upcoming promotions, check out the promotions link in the manifest. You can sort by suppliers and use the various tags to find the best promotions for your client. We're making our way down the runway with Manifest, and we'll have more to share soon. Please sit back and enjoy the ride.
So you can see how this will get better as it gets bigger, and the more people that contribute to it, the more content that we'll have. And you can also see how we literally took her out of the Milwaukee airport and had her read that for us, because we figured she sounded like the airport lady. But no, that's our partner, Jennifer, who's the brains behind taking this Airtable that we're working on and making it very accessible and easy for all of us to use. So we're really excited about the manifest. We think it's got a lot of opportunity for everybody. And as we continue to build what we're doing here on the Hub, we know that it's going to be a valuable tool. We had a question that came in. Lori asked a question. Tom, who's going to create the private groups such as music or destination wedding groups? What kind of process are you thinking for that?
Okay, well, the groups can be, any member can create a group. So, and you can team up, or if there's, people that you know on the hub or that you met on the hub, you can create groups as you go. Now, private groups work the same way. There's just a functionality and a button in there that says make it private. But like the music or destination wedding groups and things like that, the members will have to decide, should that be a private conversation or should that be open to anyone who's interested? Or in some cases, you could start it off as open, kind of understand who all the members are, and then make a decision that to go to a private group based on your own criteria and what you think is best for how the group is managed. So members have the ability to create their own. If you would like something created, or if we think there's a mass appeal group that needs to exist, by all means, let us know, and we can help with that. And the same, Lori, with private groups, we can help set up the topics. We can show you how to use the setup feature and how to really design it. And it's really very simple. It's it's so user friendly, and it's really, really easy to use. So it's a kind of either or proposition. It's something that you can do on your own if you want to set up your own discussion group or interest group, or we can do something for the hub as a whole if you would like us to.
So the next thing we want to show you is really important, and you can see the screen here because I'm sharing. The hub is a desktop place. As you get on your computer, you log into the hub and here it is. But the majority of our users will use it on their mobile device. And to do that, that means you need to get it texted to your phone or your mobile device. And there's a way that you can do it. Now, you could go through the Play Store or the Apple Store and try and find the Mighty Networks app, and it's a mess. Here's how you do it. Super simple. Click on your picture. Look at that handsome devil. Click on your settings. And then right here, text me the app. Pop in your phone number, and you'll get a text to the Mighty Networks app. And then you'll just type in the hub and find the right group. It should take you less than 2 minutes to get this on your phone. And what will happen when you do that, you're sitting there watching TV, you're scrolling through your thing, and we just become part of your social network consumption. And it will help you stay in touch without making like a purposeful motion on your desktop every day. So it's super simple. Click your picture, your settings, and then text me the app 123, and you'll be ready to go. The next thing I want to show you that's super important is how to say something. Like, it's going to be so much better when people are populating our feed with smart, funny, interesting, informational, weird things that they have to say. That means you got to come in and say stuff, because this community is only as good as the community contributions. Tom and I are just throwing the party. We're not the life of the party. So when you come in to the homepage, you've got your tab here at the top, and here you can say something like, man, I really dig Randy Ott's beard. It's awesome. Right? Something you want to say that might be kind of fun. And then what topic do you want to put in? You click the topic right there, and you can click on wherever you want it to be. Say it's announcements, like you want everyone to know Randy Ott's beard's awesome. And then hit post. And that's it. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you want to add something to it, you click this little button. And when you click that little button, you can add a photo. You click this little button, you can add in a YouTube video, or you can embed a link, or you can attach a file, or you can even ask a poll if you wanted to. So all of that is super simple. So you just click home, and then you click your little button, and you type in whatever you want to type, and we will reach the place that we want to be when you feel comfortable just to come in and say something. This place is designed for, does anyone know what's going on in Jamaica right now with COVID-19? Right? Just go in and ask a question, because people are going to rush in and help you. The more you give to help others, the more they'll be there to help you as well. So it's super important that we just get comfortable and start posting things as we go, and have some fun, which is really what it's all about.
Yeah. And we did, along those same lines, we did build some, as Pat showed, we built some pre-existing topics. Pat, if you could just show the topics.
Absolutely.
we built some pre-existing ones, but if there's ones that don't exist that, aren't fitting the right criteria for the types of posts and the type of information you want to share, by all means, we can, adding a topic takes about 2 seconds. And so what we've tried to do is add, some topics that are, that are meaningful to the travel industry. Again, as we had on the destination page, we have a resort insiders page. And this is one that I think I'll reiterate because I think this is very valuable. The resort insiders and the ability to write, short vignette reviews about things that you've experienced or you might be in a destination or you might have a great base of knowledge about something that you want to share. I think that topic, should be one of our most highly utilized, because if I'm an agent and I've never booked Tahiti and, I want to book Tahiti and I can go there and find information about, where to stay, what to do, tips, travel tips, that's extremely valuable. And again, it doesn't lead me to the TripAdvisor path.
And building on that, so let's imagine that it's 6 months from now and this topic is filled with trip reports and feedback. And you come in and say, boy, has anyone been to Tahiti? Click in the top box that says search this topic and you type in Tahiti and it will look and see who inside that topic or who in the group knows anything about Tahiti. So that's another reason why, to Randy's point earlier, if you're an expert or you have something to share, you might want to put that inside your topic, because when people search, they'll find it. So let's talk about our profile just for a second, because that's the next most important thing you need to do. Feeling comfortable making posts, texting yourself the app so you can get to this anytime you want. And the other thing you really need to do is you need to set up your profile. So we're going to go back to the home page. We're going to see our picture up here. Click our picture. Going to click view profile. Okay. Picture. Click your name, view profile. And that's just my happy place. Next to the Strip in Las Vegas, that's my happy place right there. And there you get to fill in everything that you want to say. You can put in your links. You just click the edit button right here. You can change your backdrop. Maybe it's your agency logo or your supplier logo, your names, whatever you want to say about you, what your specialty is, social links, your introduction. And again, to what Randy was saying, load this up with the stuff they should talk to you about. If you're a Las Vegas expert, put that inside the thing here. So if someone needs to know something about Vegas, they know to reach out to you when they search the hub. The reason why this is so important is if you don't do that, you're kind of anonymous, because inside a conversation, let's say you pop in and say something, they don't know who you are. Who's this Tom Brassow guy? Who's this? And if he didn't fill out his profile, you wouldn't know, right? Although we all know you, Tom.
So, hey, by the way, I am the life of the party, by the way.
You are the life of the party.
People who know me will definitely attest to that.
That's right. So that's something that's really important, is to fill out your profile, and that way you're good to go. One other topic we want to draw your attention to, because it's so topical right now, is our safety topic that we have right here, this travel safety resource. If we're hearing stuff about safety and COVID, let's make sure that we're filling this up. We really, in a call earlier this morning, Tom put it as simple as see something, say something. I don't think there's such a thing as too much information right now about things you're hearing from destinations, from suppliers, from other agents. Let's just fill that particular destination or that topic with all the information that we can, because it's so important. I do want to make sure that we reserve time for any questions you might have. So this is like the 5-minute warning. We're going to get to questions here in a second. So if you have any questions, drop them into the chat. That way we can see you and we can call on you so we can get you some more information about this hub experience. But one more thing that I want to show you while we can is the referral link. So you saw Sarah Klein's got a badge already. You got to refer 2 people in the hub and you get a badge. Sarah's already got 3 people referred to the hub, so she's currently kicking all the butt. But if you want to invite the people on your email list or friends of yours in the industry and say, hey, this hub thing's going to be kind of cool, you should join, here's how you do it. It all goes back to clicking your picture. At least it seems that way. You click your picture. No, you don't. Let's restart. Here's how you do it. It's so easy, I'd never forget. No, click on members, right? You're going to invite members, so click on members. And then there's a tab here that says invite. Okay. And I'll show you how to do it in a second. So you're in the hub and you think, oh, my friend Tom, he should be in here. Click members, click invite. And then once you're there, you could just drop their email inside this box and customize the invitation if you wish. Or the easiest way to do it is see your send share link here. All you're going to do is click copy, boop. And then you can drop that in a Facebook feed, an email, an instant message, carrier pigeon, however you're going to do it, use this link. And that way we know that you're the person that sent them. And you see Sarah Klein's got 3. If she gets to 10, she becomes a silver member, which is kind of a big deal. And if you get to 25, like, I don't know, we're going to throw you the keys if you get 25. I don't even know what we're going to do if someone gets 25, but it's that simple. So click members and then click invite and then get to this group. So we're almost out of time, Tom. What do you want to add about
I was just going to say real quick on the referrals. It is important that, and when we first got started, and things were moving very quickly, teaching everybody what to do and also just how the links were going out. The use of that referral link is our tracking mechanism. But I also want to say, there's been a lot of great referrals that have come sort of behind the scenes from Jennifer Donchez and from Lisa Pease and from Andrea Wright and so forth that aren't getting tracked right now. So it doesn't, or weren't tracked initially. So that, they didn't have the benefit of the badge. But as we go, I suspect that there's going to be a lot of badges, because referrals are really, like in any good business, that is providing a value. And I hope you guys think that we are, referrals are going to be the mainstay of what we do. It's not our intention to be blasting out to the market, or to be doing tons and tons of marketing or spending a lot of money on marketing. We'd rather put the money into the product. And so referrals are very important, just like they are. And for those of us that are travel agents, 90% of my business comes from referrals. And I expect that the same would occur here. So the link's very important because it does give us a tracking mechanism. But thank you to everybody who's done referrals sort of outside of that, because that really has given us a very great start to the membership, as it stands today.
And Lori asked the question, what is the benefit of having a badge? And I'll tell you, there are 2 benefits of having a badge. One is naming or bragging rights, right? If you got a badge, look at you, you're a leader in the group. And the second is, if you get a bronze badge or higher, Tom is going to buy your drinks at the next all-inclusive resort where you're both at. So that's the other benefit. If you can get at least bronze, Tom, you're going to buy the booze at the all-inclusive place, right?
Yes. Well, and as we talked about, we're a work in progress, and, trying to cover every single base from day one doesn't make any sense. But all I can tell you is that there's going to be some very nice surprises for people that earn badges. Let's just leave it at that. Because the amount of gratitude we have for that is huge, and we intend to pay that back.
So what I'm going to do is talk about what's coming up in the next week on the Hub. But if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. We have a few minutes left before we sign off on the first ever Hub Travel Think Tank. And let me tell you what's going to happen on this show next week and in weeks moving forward. Our theme this entire month is how to hub. So if you see inside the topics, there's an entire topic called how to hub. And all these little bite-sized snackable videos that I've been posting have been there just so you can see how to attend an event or how to post something in case you forget. So I'll be populating this as our monthly theme for the entire month of August. And then when I'm done, any new person that joins could find this topic and learn how to use the software just a little bit easier. But Travel Think Tank is designed to be in-depth interviews and get to know you with destinations and agents together. So next week and in weeks following, we'll not only share how to hub, because that's the theme, we'll not only have Q&A and discussion with the members, but we will also do some interviews with suppliers and with agents. So it's going to be fun. And I would love to, Lisa, as a matter of fact, Lisa's in the chat. Will Omar from Morocco, can he unmute his microphone? Because we talked about Omar during the morning show on Tuesday, and now he's here with us in the room.
All right.
Are you there, Omar? Can you unmute and say hello? Maybe he can't. Lisa, I would love to, but I don't think we can get Omar on the air, but that got us excited when we found that someone from Morocco had joined. So we're encouraging you to reach out to everyone around the globe and get them inside the hub, because once we're all under one roof, we're going to have a lot of fun. All right, last few comments, Tom, before I close this bad boy up. What do you got to say?
Okay, so with all of that said, does anybody think this is Facebook with a fee? Raise your hand. I can't, it's hard. I can't see you all at one time, but obviously, you know, rhetorical question somewhat. Randy said, hell no, which is, so, yeah. So, you know, that was just a quick demonstration, you know, of really the power of the hub. And, you know, and one thing to know is that, you know, this is like day 10, you know, we're just getting started. And, you know, being as this is a living and breathing community, where it goes from here and the fact that it's all up to us, the sky is the limit. So, you know, how we develop and use these tools, the business strategies that we develop and use these tools to be successful are what it's all about. As we shift gears into next week, we have some good surprises for you next week. And we're going to start to get this into the revenue discussion, right? Meaning, hey, you know what, we have the tool, how do we use it to make money? Right. And, you know, we're going to quickly get to that because, you know, from my standpoint, that's, you know, one of the single most important things. Yeah, the connectivity and all the camaraderie and all the colleagues on here are fantastic, but we have to find ways to make money and we have to do it now. And so we're quickly going to shift gears into that mode. And
so with that,
I think that's, yeah, from my standpoint, I think that's it. And always, you know, to say thank you, you know, and express my gratitude for all of you for being here and for all the work that's being done and for believing in what we're doing. Thank you so much.
So I'd like to circle back to something Tom said at the start of the call. There's going to be a supplier. There's going to be a big time Hubstar agent. There's going to be someone that has a bright idea that's going to help us get this out to the main travel community and help us populate the place. Because the great thing about communities is the bigger they get, the better they are. It's not more crowded. It's actually better because there are more people to collaborate with. So if you're a supplier, you're a destination, you're an agent that has a great idea or a group, we would love to collaborate with you so we can get more people into the party. One other thing, we said earlier that it was Danielle's birthday, Danielle Whitmore, but it feels like she's the one giving us gifts. Danielle has been working tirelessly behind the scenes, helping Tom and myself connect with people like James and others to help us get the hub off the ground. So I just want to say in front of everybody, Danielle, thank you so much for your contributions. It's such a pleasure to have you here, and we're really grateful. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's great.
You're welcome.
All right, so here's what we have. Tomorrow morning, we're going to release another postcard on location, which is an in-depth interview. We're going to the Fives with Daniel Shaman and Hubstar Tom Varghese. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have the Hub Morning Show back on the air. And the Travel Think Tank next Thursday will be right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. And that's it for this episode of Travel Think Tank. I'm Pat Miller, your co-host here at the Hub. Thanks for coming by. And thanks for all the questions. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
Bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.